Hey, what's up, my darling MVPs? How are you all doing? Welcome back to Say With Me, Shortly Me, where you get the gist as it is do it, as it is hot. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on the bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist? Brewing from the cooking pot. Like, how do you want to get the gist? As it hurts, of course, your gist master is right back. So, guys, before we enter any gist right now, have you been voting for your fave? This is Pere right here clamoring for votes. Have you been voting for your fave to avoid the jury's palaver on Sunday? This is me reminding you all, as usual, each day that passes by I mention about voting. Do not forget, tomorrow is Thursday, and by Thursday 9 p.m. what the voting line will be what closed. So make sure you're really voting for your fave, and that's on a period. So guys, we all know how the housemates have been preparing for their wager. I would like to ask, how do you see this Mercy's reigning going on? How do you see this regime of Mercy going? Because I am seeing it like it's so smooth and it's sailing, and the housemates, they have quite an understanding among each other, in as much as some people are low-key still biting, you understand? But I think in the context of things, right, the housemates understand each other. This was Mercy and Fraud and Alice were having a conversation about the tags they had, and then Alice was asking them which parts did Cece belong, that she doesn't want to be in a situation whereby at the last minute they will be like, oh, Cece is in your side or something, that she doesn't want something like that. But Fraud was telling her that leave Cece for us. We and Cece, we are communicating. Cece is presenting. Do not worry about Cece. Just do your own thing. And then people have been coming for Alice, like, must she even mention Cece? Let her do her thing, because Alice is one person who is in charge of the writing and everything. So that's why she's trying to be careful, so that what happened the first week will not happen again. But these two were trying to tell her to just leave Cece aside and do her own thing, that they are having the conversation they need to have with Cece. Cece is anything that is happening, Cece is communicating with them. Let's do your thing, Cece would also do her thing. And I think that's the best way for them to coexist in that house. So guys, Venita and Adekunle, these two deal are one interesting peeps in that house, because first off, guys, did you guys see what the attitude Venita put up in the house yesterday? This house is really dreading on this housemate. I'm not gonna lie you. For Venita, yesterday, now Venita and Adekunle were eating. She started staring at space, started laughing. Ha 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 ha. Next thing, she went down on the floor, acted like a dog, and started laughing again. Oh my guys, we don't need to have mercy on this housemate, because they are really going through a lot. Meanwhile, Adekunle is not. She's in a blue mood. Like, what I mean by blue is he is not feeling fine. Yes, as you can see, Venita is here feeding her man. People are like, it is giving Venita kids already has stepdad, because they'll be like, oh, we can't wait to, if they are watching this, they'll be like, oh, we can't wait to see our daddy come back home. You needed to see the way Venita was feeding Adekunle. Oh, you have this. I heard that sound. You are finished chewing. Oh, you have this. I'm like, okay. Adekunle was not acting like a baby. You just open your mouth. One doesn't say shall never see. So Adekunle is that soft guy now who is actually responding to love treatment. Interesting. I go love. Oh, never say ever is the word, because if they tell Adekunle that in the season of Big Brother he will still be a lover boy, will he believe? He never knew there would be a second chance for him to come and show the lover side of himself. And now we are seeing the lover boy of Adekunle. But is the lover lovering? Is it for real? Anyways, time will only tell us about that. So, guys, the house may continue the diary session today. Sheyi in the diary session was, the Big Brother asked them about, the evicted house material, and Sheyi was like, one funny thing about Sheyi. Sheyi, anytime housemate leave, the first time was Princess. He was like, yes, that girl actually, the outfit they gave us, she was condemning those outfits. Do you think viewers don't see all of that? I'm like, okay, bros, nothing that you're supposed to go in place of this person. The same thing happened today for Uriel. She was like, in as much as Uriel is cool, but she think Uriel, she know Uriel, it was not surprising that Uriel left. That because even Uriel too felt like she would go. And I was like, she was even sounding like she was not giving the content that is needed. I'm like, bros, do you even know that the two people that has left this house, they left in place of you, that now you supposed to go. They actually used them as the sacrificial lamb for you to stay. You don't know that it is when, by God's grace, I think maybe on Sunday, he leaves the house, then he would be like, okay, so this is what has been happening. He will be like, thank God for the juries, or because him with the way he was saying this, I'm like, okay, bros, just the buga. Now your God do am for you. So, and he also said something about fraud doing way too much, that fraud is the one actually controlling mercy. Fraud is the one making the most of the decision, forgetting that fraud has been respectful to mercy, in the sense, in as much as fraud has been trying to show his leadership quality through this reign of mercy. That I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time he listens to mercy, and what mercy wants to be done, he will do it. And he said Kiddwaya is the villain of the house, that CC and Tolani Bash seems to be the guard dog of Kiddwaya. This housemate, this housemate, do not worry, where you enjoy very well is Angel's Diary session. So her own started with, first off, because I'm using this picture of the parrot, Angel was trying to dress the parrot yesterday, because of code too much for house. Last they removed it, but I know some of you all will be like, what is happening to parrot? Parrot, talk to us. Angel also told Big Brother about parrots in her diary session. She said Biggie should at least let the parrots, to speak and mention the persons who say it. For example, the parrot should, after saying it, should say Angel said it or Soma said it. This, you understand? And so Biggie now actually asked her, because Biggie would like ask you whatever happened between the days of the eviction, the show, the head of house game. Angel now gave everybody story. So even if you do not watch from maybe Sunday to this today, if you had listened to Angel's Diary session, you would understand what is going on in the house. Okay, so let's just discuss few. I will start off the part where she said about Kiddwaya surprising her, how Kiddwaya made sure everything Kiddwaya discussed about the my party of life tax, was actually referring to Cross, how we went to Ibiza, how we do this, everything was about Cross. Not so at the end of the moment, you now call Doyin's name. She was like, if she was Cross, that she would not talk to Kiddwaya in that house, even outside of the house, because how can you bring my hope high and you mention somebody's name, give the explanation about me, and you now mentioned someone else's name? It not even rhyme at all. You understand? That was why Doyin told her in his face that, I know this is not for me, you just change it this instant. But even if he changed it that instant, why is it that he cannot be smart about it and maybe just say sweet things, one or two things about Doyin, and just use her name than just using Cross, whatever experience he had with Cross for Doyin. And Doyin, Cross was actually not pleased with that. He complained about it, but Cross now, he would definitely, when they speak, he would get over it, you get. So Angel was like, a lot of things is happening in this house, on Venita not talking to her, and Venita coming to her for them to put Adekunle. And she said she went to one or two people. One thing we do not know, that Angel went to one or two people who refused to put Adekunle. They are like, are we putting somebody so that somebody will get to the top 5? Don't they say Adekunle like somebody that will get there? And then the other person was like, oh, is even on love basis, not even Venita, now Adekunle. But the moment she mentioned Doyin, when she told Doyin, you understand, Doyin was like, she wanted people to vote Ilebaye. When she went to Doyin was like, okay, I would put Ilebaye, but me too, I want to be voted in. Like, she wants to be pardoned. You understand? At least for the competition of her getting to close, like near success syndrome. And then she said it was easy convincing people for Doyin, because people are like, yes, it's true, near success syndrome is real, because she was almost close to be head of house, but she did not get it. But being safe would actually help her forget maybe whatever, how it comes, or how the games, how the head of house game played, you get. So she explained on how they did, how she and Doyin connived to make Sheyi's box fall first. She just explained everything that literally happened and how it surprised. Okay, one thing she said surprised her about Kiddwaya is that Kiddwaya already called her aside, was telling her that Doyin is a puppet master, that Doyin and the Ilebaye friendship is not real. That's what Angel should be working on, is to make sure she separate those friendship, because go there, tell this other friend something else, go there and tell the other friend something else. And then she was like, she cannot do that kind of a thing, that whatever someone tell me is what I will say. Surprisingly, for somebody who told you something about Doyin, something so awful about Doyin going to the arena to mention the same Doyin's name, that one really, really surprised, her. She actually really said a lot. If I keep on saying everything, though most of the things she said is all the things we have actually discussed in my previous video, so there is no need to actually go straight to all of that. So guys, CC and Doyin, before I talk about those two growing friends, guys, this baby literally looks like CC. This baby has been trending back to back, like, because of, she looks like CC. And jokes apart, they really look alike. They look too alike. No, joke apart, can you be sincere? This baby looks like Sisi. Now that Sisi is putting on eyelash every day now, she put on eyelash yesterday, today the same thing. Just they have now add eyelash to the baby's face and makeup and say this is exactly Sisi. And even how Sisi always, frown her face. It is the baby. No matter what, Sisi, this is your look alike. Are you sure this is not Sisi when she was still a baby? Anyways, guys, we all know that one friendship that's been growing in that house is Sisi and Doyin. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they have this cool understanding, not like I would say this close friendship like that. So they were having this conversation, and Sisi was like, she kind of regrets on not mentioning Pere's name for the My Party of Life, tax. I'm like, okay, it is getting interesting. Does it mean this one or two gestures Pere showed as has started entering Cece's head? Is that what it means? Anyway, still it's the same Cece said that when she regretted at the point, she came to her senses and like, well, is it because of the one or two gestures he showed to me? Then I'll be like, what of all the times he has effed me up? You understand? So Doyin was like, but at the same time, babe, I think Pere likes you. Doyin, the shipper. Well done, Pere, see shipper. The truth is, Pere has confirmed it yesterday. If you watch my videos, the videos I posted as at AMs, you will see that Pere told Solani Badge that he prefers Alex to Sisi, that Alex is a babe that he likes in the house, but Alex doesn't want to give him that attention. So he just want to be himself. That if in the grand frame of things, that Alex is not up to all his ex in terms of beauty. You understand? Not like she's that fine, but he just like Alex's personality, and that's just it for him. And then Tolani Badge was even asking him to go for her, but she was like, babe, when they claim me, make a con they do like mumu for people viewers' face. So that is the only thing holding Pere back, is because Alex is not giving him the attention he seeks. So not the other way around. So I think Pere wants Alex, not Sisi. You understand? Why Doyin is here telling Sisi that no, but Pere like you. Did you see what happened? A girl you've been telling you like. Now goes to My Party of Life task. Instead of giving that babe, you now gave Sisi. Doyin was not telling Sisi that, Sisi, if it was you, you still be angry that a guy that has been telling you how much he like you, and then next thing telling another, giving award to a babe that you have not been talking to, how would you feel? Sisi was like, Natrusha. And then Doyin now said, I also feel Alex do not like Pere too. I think that she said that she think the feeling is mutual from Pere's end and Alex's end, that they both do not like each other, because then Sisi now said that someone said that Alex wants new. I'm like, okay, another part on the land. And then Doyin was like, oh, it may seem as though New is the baby boy of this season because everybody wants New. But then Doyin and Sisi was like, they are not seeing what people are really wanting in New, because they are not really seeing it. But Sisi on the other hand say yes, but in as much as if you look at the boy, you know that there are reasons people should fall for him, but not like he is that, all over cute like that. I'm like, okay, so some of you all see this thing I am seeing, because me, I'm still wondering, I wait to see for this New body where everybody the Russian like hot agege bread like this, but it's not even about being handsome or whatever, but there are things people have that would make you like them and want them. I think that's what Neo possessed that made people want gravitate towards him. Anyway, Sisi said Pere is trying to move in a crooked way for her. She was like, make it that boy try me. I go use and play my game for this house. So I'm like, okay, sister, can't wait to see you play that game. Anyways, we are still waiting. We are all here because of that game, Abi. Okay, coming from Fair if I tell you Sisi and Pere used Alex as their game plan, will you believe? They both planned and orchestrated everything. Do you think so? Like, it's their strategy to do this thing in the house just because of Alex? I do not think so. I think this thing just happened in the house. I do not think she planned it with Sisi. He planned it with Sisi outside of the house. I do not think so. Aisha de la Cruz said, wait, I know most of us have broken our vows of not voting this season. I have one question. Are you all going to do contributions for welcoming, birthday, all the pararara stuff? No, Nasabi, during the Big Brother Titan time, I was bringing you guys this on how people are saying, oh, it's All-Star season. We are not going to vote anybody. I'll just be watching. I'll just be relaxing. Now, go to the social space and see how people are fighting for their fave. Go to the social space and see how people are doing way too much for their fave, all in the name of, they do not want them to appear among the bottom three. That is why I say, the fans of BB Street, do not ever take them serious, because whatever they say, they will do another when the game starts, and that's just what it is. Okay, we cannot change the facts. Anyways, guys, I'll be stopping here. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget, I love you, because if I don't love you, tell me waiting again. Bye for now, guys.